Okay, so now we'd like to look at what happens in the event that income actually changes. Okay, remember, whenever the consumer's income changes, it is likely to result in a proportionate change in what? It is likely to result in a change in the budget line. So I want you to understand that whenever incomes change, the budget line also what? The budget line also shifts. Okay, but remember, as the budget line shifts, it shifts together with what we call indifference curves. Because remember, we can actually be able to draw indifference curves and budget lines together. We can draw indifference curves and budget lines what? Together. Like for example, let's say if you're looking at this scenario that we have here, you can see that we have B1 here, budget line 1, and indifference curve what? 1. Okay? This indifference curve here was drawn together with the budget line 1. And where the budget line, actually where the indifference curve is tangential to the budget line, that is what we call the equilibrium. That's where we have E what? E1. That is where we have equilibrium point 1 here. Okay? At this quantity of Y and this quantity of what? Of X. Are we getting that? Now let's say, for example, the income of the consumer increases. When the consumer's income increases, what happens is the budget line is going to shift from B1 to what? To B2 here. So it actually shifts from B1 to B2, as you can see here. So the shift actually will result in a new equilibrium point here, where we are going to have the indifference curve actually being tangential to this what? Budget line there, giving us a new equilibrium of E2 with what? With this quantity of Y and this quantity of X. So I think from that you can see that as the consumer's incomes rise, the consumer now have more money to spend on a combination of good X and good what? And good Y. As you can see there, the quantity of X being consumed will shift from X1 to X2. The quantity of good Y being consumed will shift also from Y1 to what? To Y2. So B1 indicates the what? The old budget line, and you can see that B2 now indicates the new what? The new budget line. Do you also know that if you are looking at this, let's say the opposite had happened and the consumer's income has fallen, that would actually result in what? In a leftward shift. The budget line would shift from B1 maybe to B2, going down there. But the consumer now has what? Less income to spend. So it shifts to the left. So it will result in a new equilibrium what? Point. So that is what I was trying to explain, that you can be able to draw the budget line together with indifference curve. We cannot go to the highest indifference curve because what limits us here is how much money do we have, which is our budget line. Like in this case, for example, you can see that we are constrained to this level of indifference curve. Why? Because the budget line here is at B1. So we can't have our indifference curve going there because it always should be touching our budget line. It is only when our budget line is shifted, which can be as a result of a change in income, that also our indifference curve is likely to shift together to a new point here, which is B2, giving us indifference curve what? 2 with another equilibrium point E2. Okay? So this is what happens. Sometimes it can be actually an increase in the income, like for example, someone now has more pay. But sometimes it can also be as a result of an increase in real income, which actually increases probably because the price of one good has fallen, actually giving the consumer the ability to purchase more of a combination of good what? Good X and good Y. So it's very, very important that you understand about that. So the next thing I'm going to explain is also what happens to different types of goods, inferior goods, given goods, and normal goods when there is a change in their price. I'll explain that in the next video.